Good morning, Man Hour Nation. What a week 3 NFL that we've already had so far. The Big D in Dallas is going down, down, down. Chargers get a win, but at a cost. WTF, mate. Raiders football IQ is sus at best. Bengals must-win opportunity tonight or not? But first, and now, Mike's thoughts. As most of us in this NFL world here, we paid for the NFL Sunday ticket. If you are like me, you're like, man, I don't have DirecTV. I get the chance to watch all the NFL games. Yes, sign me up, YouTube TV. Sign me up. However, I only signed up because I wanted to watch my Kansas City Chiefs play. Let's just be flat out honest. I wanted to watch my boys play over and over and over again. I have the NFL.com Plus where I can wait till, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and watch all the 1 o'clock games within like 40 minutes. I still do that. It's absolutely amazing. But I got NFL Sunday ticket strictly to watch my Kansas City Chiefs. On Sunday, they were beating the Chicago Bears so freaking bad. At halftime, they're like, hey, we're going to give you a better game. We're going to give you a better game. We're going to switch over to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Arizona Cardinals game. It was a good game. I'm not faulting them at all whatsoever. What I am faulting is NFL Sunday ticket. Since the Chiefs versus Bears game was the NFL game of the week, right? Or America's game of the week on Fox, I got it on my Fox network. So they changed it over to the Cowboys game. No big deal. I'll just go to my NFL Sunday ticket and I'll turn on the Chiefs game. It's blacked out. It's blacked out because it's on my regular TV. Well, no, it's not. You're playing the freaking Cowboys right now. I want to watch my Kansas City Chiefs. Combsy, my man, tell your team to stop sucking. It's simple as that, dog. Like, can the Chicago Bears not suck any worse? I'm just like, ugh. So I had to resort to a VPN on my phone to say that I was in like bumfucked Egypt to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play. I was like, good Lord. But at the end of the day, YouTube TV, NFL Sunday ticket, you figure shit out. Don't be blacking out my game just because the Bears suck. Don't be blacking out my game because the Chicago Bears suck. Can we just do that for me, please? Just one time. Do that for me, please. Cue that intro.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches, won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckheischer here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhour.co. Check out the website. Check out the blog section. We'll be doing each game review moving forward here. From here on out, me and Hoffy are about to start pounding out some blogs, or I should say Hoffy and I, if you want proper English. But we are proper here at Man Hour. We do what we want, how we want. But if you guys haven't done so already, please like the live stream that you are watching us on. If you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, guys. It helps us more than you will ever realize. It is free. It literally costs you nothing. Hit that like button and bada bing, bada boom. Magic happens from my old fingertipsies. But also, guys, we do have the members live stream only. So if you are a subscriber here at Facebook, or if you're a member on YouTube, you get the before show footage. You get to see me right here playing the show. We can have a conversation. We can discuss anything you want to discuss. Anything you want. And if you want to bring on the show, we'll bring on the show as well. But guys, we do got 3 and out today, trending up and trending down. Spoiler alert, Jordan Love is him. The Dallas Cowboys lose the Arizona Cardinals, but what is the real story behind the story of that loss? The LA Chargers get on the side of the winning, but at a cost as well. Mike Williams is out, possible for the ACL, but we're going to talk about Brandon Stanley, about how bad he actually does suck. Raiders lose. Sorry, Jim. Raiders lose. And are the Bengals in a must-win situation. And, of course, we got Monday night games tonight. We got the Eagles taking on the Bucks. Give you guys 3 ways each team can win that game. And Rams versus Bengals as well. Which team needs that win more? But we got James in the chat. He says, go Bucks. Raise the flag. I do got the Bucks winning tonight. I do have them winning tonight. Spoiler alert, the Bucks are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Man Hour Hoffy is in the chat. If you guys want a good follow, go over to Facebook and follow Man Hour Hoffy. And he says, I think you look good in an orange Justin Fields jersey. Combs still owes me $20 for that Packers bet. So yeah, he can get me get me a jersey. Jim Powell says, can you tell me why they're pointing the camera at that boy in the box with Mrs. Kelsey? Whoa. Don't be talking down on Tay-Tay. Jim, no. Don't be talking down on my Tay-Tay. I do love me some Tay-Tay. Don't make me shake it off, Jim. James says, Bucks over Eagles by 3. I like that score. I like a 3-point score. I like a nice, good Monday Night Football game. We'll be talking about that much more. How much longer does Davis employ Josh McDaniels? He needs to go. Hoffy, we are going to be talking about that in about a half hour here when we do talk about the Raiders, about how my man says we're only up by 8. We need 2 possessions still. We'll be talking about football IQ. Speaking of football IQ, Jameson is in the chat as well. He says, Cowboys suck. Can't stop laughing. Can't score in the red zone. Can't stop the run. We will see. And we will definitely be talking about the Dallas Cowboys there. Jameson, I'm glad you are in the chat. He says 49ers going to whoop that ass in 2 weeks. Well, 49ers got to play one more game before we get there. They play the Arizona Cardinals. So slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. How about them Dolphins putting up the 70-piece? Why didn't you just go for the record? We had to give them 5 INTs to beat us by 6. It was only 4 INTs. Dolphins have the best offense in decades. We'll discuss that. Hopefully, Jim says, McDaniels didn't make it out of the building with this stupid-looking visor. Whoa, don't be dogging the visor. But, guys, let's get into today's show. We got the new segment called 3 and Out. And we're going to start it with the old trending up here. 3 things that I think are trending up here in the NFL Week 3 thus far. We have been talking a lot about the Miami Dolphins putting up that 70-piece. But, guys, trending up are the Miami Dolphins. They hands down have the best offense in the NFL. They hands down have the most high-flying offense in the NFL. When you put up 70 points on an NFL team, they even took the foot off the gas in the fourth quarter. They're like, hey, second and third team, Mike White, throw a 70-yard bomb. Guys, yes, the Miami Dolphins had the best offense in the league. Let's also not forget that they had no Jalen Waddle either. There was no Penguin waddling down the field that game either. And it still put up 70. Wrap that around your heads. Guys, the Miami Dolphins are going to be a problem for the Buffalo Bills next week, coming up in Week 4 NFL football here. Trending number 2, a second down on this 3 and Out on the old trending up thing, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, the person in the green and gold, He said, we're going to give you a 17-point cushion, and we're going to come back, and we're going to win 18-17 just because I can. And that is Jordan freaking Love, baby. Yes, they did have a down game versus the Atlanta Falcons last week. Yes, they do have Watson out. They have Aaron Jones out. They have David Bakhtiari out. But Jordan Love, guys, is the real deal. I've been telling you guys this all offseason. Jordan Love is the real deal. When are you guys going to start jumping on this bandwagon? Jump on. Play the emoji, Joey. Roll it across the screen. Jordan Love is the real deal, guys. It is time to stop dogging the guy. It is time to understand Aaron Rodgers has moved on to greener pastures, a.k.a. California, in his house where he's rehabbing. Smoking the wacky tobacco. Guys, Jordan Love is him. Jordan Love is him. Number three on the old trending list here. Trending up, CJ Stroud. Guys, there is two players that were drafted very highly in the draft that I was like, well, maybe not so fast, right? CJ Stroud. Only the third player ever, that's right, the third player ever to throw to throw for 900 yards in his first 3 games as an NFL starter. 900 yards. Not only did CJ Stroud beat down the Jacksonville Jaguars, they did it in style. Guys, CJ Stroud is trending up. He is going to be the best quarterback out of this class. The Houston Texans are going to be a problem moving forward. We need to stop sleeping on them. They're going to be them. They're going to be them. James says the Panthers wasted a first-round pick. Are we talking about Bryce Young? Because to be honest there, James, I would like to talk a little bit about the Carolina Panthers. Yes, they did lose to the Seattle Seahawks last night at Seattle, right? But I think the offense, the team looked a lot more they had a lot more pep in their step. Their offense looked better. Their defense kind of just looked grungy a little bit, right? With Andy Dalton at the helm, like they seemed to kind of like, oh, hey, we actually have a chance now. We actually have a chance to like do some things, which is weird because usually Andy Dalton doesn't really have that type of pull for his team, right? Let's flash back to a couple years ago when he was with the Dallas Cowboys and he got knocked the F out. There was literally nobody there to help him up. They're like, no, you can stay down there and you can figure yourself out. And then he went to Chicago. Everybody's like, oh, Andy Dalton to Chicago. That's just dumb. Now he's in. I think Andy Dalton might be better for the Carolina Panthers right now than Bryce Young. Now, to say they wasted a first-round pick, to be determined, right? Being a rookie on a team that's not supposed to be that good is tough. It is very, very tough. Jameson, what's up, dude? I missed you, man. JJJ, have you checked out the new Tom McDonald, man? That Race War song? I like it. I like it a lot. I actually like the Brave 2 album a lot. But he says the Dolphins' offense is scary, but the way to potentially beat them is to rough them up, play physical. That is 100% facts, Jameson. You don't speak a lot of facts, but this is a fact, and this is something that I can get behind 100%. Tua has not been pressured. Tua has not been touched. For whatever reason, guys, one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL has given up, I think 2 sacks all season long. Maybe 8 quarterback pressures, I think it was. Whatever reason, the Miami Dolphins are keeping Tua upright, and they are doing their fair share of work. Let's just be honest. The Broncos couldn't beat the Brosco High School Trinity team. Listen, the Broncos did score 20 points, guys. They did score 20 points. Their offense was moving on the Miami Dolphins. They just couldn't hang on to the ball. And when they were down, 20 points, it seemed like the whole team just quit. They're like, we done. We don't want no more of that. So I guess the question has to be asked. I kind of pointed to this when Sean Payton, come back into the NFL. Yes, he was only gone for a year and a half, whatever it was, right? But NFL changes, right? And I feel like Sean Payton has kind of that old school mentality, and he came in talking such a big game, saying Nathaniel Hackett had the worst coaching staff and the worst coaches ever. This is the worst coaching job ever. The last I knew, Nathaniel Hackett did not get 70 points put on him. The last I knew, Nathaniel Hackett did not lose by 50 plus points. I'm just saying, maybe the Sean Payton effect is no longer the effect. Maybe Sean Payton is not a very good coach. Maybe Sean Payton was just blessed by a really good team around him and really good coaching. I don't know. But the Broncos definitely quit on Sean Payton and the rest of their team last night versus the Miami Dolphins. And, yeah. Jackson is nowhere good as I thought. Yeah. I've been telling you guys this. If you guys would just listen to me, I told you guys this last year when they made the playoffs. Oh, they're not that good. Yes, they made the playoffs. Yes, they beat a crappy Chargers team. Yes. But that does not mean they're going to be good in 2023. Slow it down, baby. The Jaguars, they are still a decent team. They're still a 500 team. But they're just not them. What's up, David? I see my Chargers guy in the house. He says, CJ, I love any time the Jags get beat as a revenge for the comeback on my Chargers. Hey, if you can't beat them, root for the other team that can, right? Arthur Brownie says, he's like, how about my Dolphins, baby? Whoa, he got humbled. All right, guys. Oh, man, you guys are killing in the chat. I absolutely love it. Keep the comments coming, guys, as I do try to answer each and every comment that we come through here. Hoffy says the Jag will win the division at 500, but one and down in the playoffs. The Jaguars are not going to win the division. It still goes through Indy, Hoffy. We all know this. But, guys, let's talk about three things. The 3 and out. 3 things that are trending down. Trending down. And speaking of the AFC North here, in the AFC South, the Colts did go in to Baltimore and beat the Baltimore Ravens in overtime. My man kicked 5 50-plus yard field goals. But this is the trending down for the Baltimore Ravens, and that is their offense and their football IQ. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens was 6 in a line on third down last night. 6 for 19 on third down. Wrap that around your head. 5 of those were simply because Lamar Jackson scrambled out of the pocket and because you can't hit the quarterback that hard. Let's just be honest. If this was old school football, Lamar Jackson would have never gotten out of that pocket whatsoever because the Colts would have wrapped him up and drove his ass into the ground. But here you got to lay him down on a pillow, put a blanket over, smack it down right. Yada, yada, yada. But let's just be honest. The Ravens offense is trending down. They need to figure it out real quick because they got 2 tough games coming forward. They got the Browns and the Steelers. They better figure it out right now. Also, their football IQ. Let's flash back to just before the 2-minute warning. It was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, right? The Colts let the punt go over their head. They down at like at the 1, right? The Ravens get a safety. They get a free kick. They are pressed up for the onside kick. Okay, cool. There's 2 minutes and 1 second left on the clock at this particular time. The punter skies it up in the air, and the Ravens guy fair catches it. That right there ultimately lost them game. Because they had no football IQ, they lost that game. The Ravens are trending down. Trending down. We will get into that much more later today with the football IQ, but the Ravens are trending down. They're just not a very good team. Another team that is trending down, the Washington Commanders. Were they the worst 2-0 team ever to step on the field? The Commanders were 2-0 going into the game versus the Buffalo Bills. Josh Howe got a nice little piece of humble pie. My man threw for 4 interceptions and a pick 6. The Commanders are like, oh my God, what just happened? What just happened? Because bada bing, bada boom, we don't know what to do with our hands like hands anymore. The Commanders are trending down. They're just not a very good team. Not a very good team. Last up on the trending down are the Atlanta Falcons. They started 2-0 as well. Robertson was killing the league, taking the league by storm. I said it right here, saying Robinson is that dude. But they got a piece of humble pie versus the Detroit Lions. Jumping on the bandwagon. I was jumping on the bandwagon. I was jumping on the Robinson bandwagon. I was jumping the Falcons bandwagon. Bada bing, bada boom. 20-6 loss. Spoiler alert. The Falcons have not scored a road touchdown in 9 straight quarters on the road. When the Falcons play on the road, the last 9 quarters, they haven't scored a touchdown. Guess what? Their next 3 games are on the road, including one in London, if you want to count that as a road game, but whatever. We digress from that. That's stupid. But the Falcons are trending down. Falcons are trending down as well. They better figure themselves out ASAP. All right. Indy. John Western Green is in the chat. He says, Indy. Yes, John. Indy, Indianapolis Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. They don't have the greatest quarterback of all time anymore, but they do have Garner Minshew, Mr. Mustache Mania, Mr. Shorts himself, and of course they have Anthony Richardson as well. And they're going to get another receiver when they trade Jonathan Taylor to the Browns or to the Texans or somewhere. Jonathan Taylor is going to be out. Zach Moss is the guy right now. They're going to get a receiver. They're going to get some draft picks, guys. The Colts are going to win the South. The Colts are them. They are the best 500 team in the AFC South. Let's just be honest. Yes. It's only week 3. We all talk that shit, but it's too early. Too early for what, Jim? Too early to say that the Commanders were the worst 2-0 team? To say that the Falcons are just going to be not them? It's never too early to talk that shit. Never too early. Should Tampa pick up a running back or use what we have? That is actually one of my first topic, James. Actually, it is when I break down the Bucs versus Eagles toward the end of the show here. I will tell you that. I will tell you if they should get Jonathan Taylor or Leonard Fournette or use Rashad White or use Keyshawn Vaughn or use Sean Tucker. I will let you know, man. Coming up here on the Man Hour. Jameson asked the question is, who is the best team in each conference? 49ers and Dolphins? Listen, so a team is the complete whole team, right? It is the complete special teams, defense, and the offense, right? Right now, you have to give the San Francisco 49ers the nod in the NFC. I do think the 49ers are the best team in the NFC right now. Now, this is with a caveat. We want to see what the Eagles do tonight. Can the Eagles finally put a complete, nice, solid game together like they did last season? I think they're on the Eagles. I think their defense is still there, but their offense is still trying to figure out how to work DeAndre Swift in, keep AJ Brown happy, and Devontae Smith. They're trying to figure themselves out. But right now on September 25th at 10:24 a.m. here on the East Coast, I am picking the San Francisco 49ers as the best team in the NFC. On the AFC, the Dolphins do have a great offense. There's no denying that whatsoever. Obviously, you need to win. You need to score points to win games. However, one of the worst offenses in the league, the Denver Broncos, did put up 20 points on them. They were moving the ball without some timely turnovers and some interceptions. The Broncos could have possibly made a game of it. You can call me a homer if you want, but I think the Chiefs are still the best team in the AFC. Their defense is dominating right now. Their offense is coming together, right? The way they beat the Chicago Bears in that first half was just like mind-blowing to me. But the two best teams in each conference are the 49ers right now and the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, it is destined for them to be in the Super Bowl. Let's just be honest. Snowflake quarterbacks. Not for sure what you're talking about there, John, but No, I don't think there are any snowflakes quarterbacks like in the NFL right now. James says, I have confidence in Baker Mayfield, as you should. As you should, James. Do we understand that Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback in the NFC South? Do we understand that Baker Mayfield is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? Cleveland Browns messed up by letting Baker go. Carolina Panthers messed up by letting Baker go. Rams messed up by letting Baker Mayfield go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a steal. In Baker Mayfield, we do trust. Oh, praise Baker. Let Atlanta run Robertson like Tennessee has with Henry. They'll be searching for someone new in 2 years. Are you saying they're going to use and abuse BJ and Robertson? I would. First overall, or what, 9th overall pick for the Atlanta Falcons in their first round. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. JT won't be traded to any team in the AFC South. Indy would be stupid to do that. Of course they would. They're not. No team in the AFC South needs a running back. The Titans have a two-headed monster in Henry and that rookie. Texans got Pierce still, and they got another rookie as well. And then the Jags have Travis Etienne. They don't need to. Joey's in the chat. NBA Joey Boy. Shout out to New Albany, Indiana native Rondell Moore on the touchdown yesterday. Rondell Moore finally found the end zone. He went to Trinity High School from New Albany, Indiana, went to Purdue. Slow it down, baby. Rondell Moore finally found the end zone and finally gave me a reason to draft him in fantasy. But guys, let's move on to the main topic of today's show here. Main topic of today's show here, and it is way or no way. We put out a statement there, and we determine if it's a way or if it's a no way. It is fun. It is simple. I want you guys to play along in the chat as well. If you are watching here on Facebook or YouTube, let me know. Do you agree, way, or disagree? No way. It is point, cut, and dry like this. So let me give you an example. The 49ers are the best team in the AFC. Way or no way? Everybody should be putting way right now. Wait. Fill up the chat. Wait, because the 49ers are the best team in the NFC right now. Because of the simple fact of the matter is that the Dallas Cowboys did lose to the Arizona Cardinals last night. Some costly turnovers, some costly mistakes, and they just couldn't stop the run, basically what it come down to. Josh Dobbs and Jonathan Gannon both get their first career wins, but the real story is going to come out of Dallas. After this dominating fashion that they lost to the Arizona Cardinals. After dominating the first 2 weeks, we were all putting them up on this pedestal. Super Bowl team, Super Bowl team, Super Bowl team. So, guys, we have to ask the question, way or no way, after the loss to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday, are the Dallas Cowboys still a Super Bowl favorite? So, when we sit down and we look at this, the Dallas Cowboys were struck by terrible news Thursday afternoon. They were having to practice a non-contact injury to one of their big-name defensive backs, right? And Trayvon Diggs. Out for the season with a torn ACL. With that being said, that right there instantly set the mood for the week. This was already a trap game in the Arizona Cardinals, right? This was already planned up to be like that circle game for the Cardinals anyways. Then you lose Diggs. So your whole defensive game plan has to be changed. You go from a strictly man, pressure the quarterback over and over and over, beat us if you can, like over the top with Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs, to we're going to play some zone. We're going to play some soft secondary pressure and only bring four guys. And then that was not working for them whatsoever, right? Next week will be better. When they play the 49ers in 2 weeks, it will be better. Their defense will be figured out. Their defense will be just fine. But there are times in the NFL season where a particular side of the ball just doesn't show up, right? The offense forgets to show up. The defense forgets to show up. But at that point in time, Dak Prescott needs to be the $1 million quarterback that he is. He's like making like $90 million or whatever it was. He needs to step up and be that guy. He needs to take the bull by the horn and say, guys, we got this. I'm better than Josh Dobbs. Micah Parsons, you are better than everybody on the whole entire team here. Who is my fourth receiver? Turbin, you are better than Rondell Moore. You are better than Hollywood Brown. Guys, we are physically better than these guys up and down the field. There should be no way they're competing with us. But way or no way, are the Dallas Cowboys still Super Bowl favorites? Yes. Way. This is a way. This is a way because of everything that I just said. There are times in an NFL season where a team just forgets to show up. A couple years ago, the Green Bay Packers were, they were 13-0 or something, going into Candlelight Stadium, Levi Stadium, whatever you want to call it, to take on the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers literally beat them down and made them a baby back bitch. Right? Aaron Rodgers, MVP himself, just could not find the end zone, could not find a receiver. Things happen, right? Guys, the NFL season is a long grind. 18 weeks, right? So far, you are in week 3. You've been practicing since early June. It just, bye week is starting to come up now. Week 4, week 5, week 7, 8, 9, 10, all right? Bye weeks. There are teams like the Dallas Cowboys that need a bye week. They just need a bye week to recuperate themselves, right? And guys, the Cowboys are still them. The Cowboys are still them. They are going to be just fine. They are better than the 49ers in the long run. They're better than the Eagles in the long run. They're better than the Seahawks. They're better than the Lions and the Vikings. The Dallas Cowboys will be the best team in the NFC in the end. They are still a Super Bowl favorite. This is a way. When people start doubting the Dallas Cowboys, they rise up to the expectations. No matter what they do, time after time again, they come up and they are them. For whatever reason. This was just a simple case of a trap game. The 49ers will get into this trap game next week when they play the 49ers. Slow it down. Joey says way that the 49ers are the best. Jim says way that they're still Super Bowl favorites. John says no way. No way, no way, no way, no how the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. John, our NFL resident expert, is in the chat. Look at this Lions jersey, John. Looks pretty good on me, huh? Makes me look a little slimmer. He says, you can't Febreze bullshit. True. Jameson says, the 49ers are loaded and a beast. Cowboys are not built to beat the San Francisco 49ers if you can't stop the run. That's okay, Jameson. The Cowboys do not have to worry about the 49ers. Why? Because they wouldn't play them to the NFC Championship game, and there are teams out there that are built to beat the 49ers. The Eagles, the Seahawks, the Lions. Before this matchup matters in the playoffs, the Cowboys are going to get way better. Way, no way. For some reason, it's double. John, Western Green, says Dallas will self-implode. No, they won't. No, they won't. The Dallas Cowboys will not self-implode. No way, no how will the Dallas Cowboys self-implode. Because they got some dogs on that team now. Maybe in years past when Jason Garrett was like the head coach. Maybe when Kellen Moore was like on the staff. Guys, they have a Super Bowl coach in Mike McCarty. They have Stephon Gilmore that has been there and done that. They have a dog in Micah Parsons. They have Tony Pollard that for whatever reason, guys, I am loving me some Tony Pollard. They still got CeeDee Lamb. They got Brandon Cooks. They got dogs on that team. There is no way that the Dallas Cowboys will self-implode. You have born leaders on the Dallas Cowboys right now that will right the ship. I bet you this week they have the best week of practice they have had in a very, very long time. Stephon Gilmore will get that defense right. Micah Parsons will jump on board and get that defense right. The offense will be just fine. Mike McCarty has not called the plays in several years. This is his third game back. Slow it down, baby. The Cowboys will be just fine. They will not self-implode, and they will get back on the right ship really, really fast. And after week 5, when they beat the San Francisco 49ers by 12, they're like, damn, Buck. Flashback to that. Buck called it. Exactly. Niners will be good until week 10. One trick pony. Jim. with the facts right there. What have the 49ers have been doing great all season long? Running the ball. CMC to the left, CMC to the right, CMC pass, CMC running to the left, CMC pass, running to the right. Yes. We will see. We will see. Jamin says, without Diggs, they have no chance. Tell me this, why? This is a great comment. Without Diggs, they have no chance. Tell me why. Why do the Dallas Cowboys have to have Trayvon Diggs to be great or to even have a chance? Yes, Trayvon Diggs is a big-name cornerback. Yes, he did get his bag this offseason. But let's flash back to when he led the league in interception just a couple years ago, or was it last season? Whatever it was. That year that he had like 7 or 8 interceptions in a row, in game-wise, he was the most burnt cornerback in the NFL. This man either got burned deep or got an interception. Yes, he did improve his game a little bit, but let's just be honest. He is not a top 10 cornerback in the league. He wasn't even the best cornerback on his team. Stephon Gilmore is that guy. So yes, the subtraction of Diggs does hurt short term, but long term, they'll be just fine. Think about next year when Diggs does come back. They'll even be that much better. The Cowboys do have a chance with Trayvon Diggs out, and they'll be just fine. Guys, stop with that. Stop with that. Cowboys are soft. Oh, Lord. Tell me you're a 49ers fan without saying you're a 49ers fan. You talk shit about the Cowboys. That's all right. You guys can hate all the Cowboys all you want. They'll be just fine. They're still Super Bowl favorites. They're still away. No way, shape, or form. They're still the Super Bowl favorites. It's a close between the Eagles and the Cowboys in that division. That is true. That is true. Although the Commanders are coming. Pollard is only averaging 2.9 a carry going into Arizona. Cowboys are bums. You didn't have to rush the ball when you're up 30 points. Tony Pollard hasn't really got the ball that much. If I remember right, the backup has more carries than Tony Pollard just right now. The thing is about the Cowboys, they play a couple decent games until they get full of themselves, then choke as usual. Isn't that most teams in the NFL? When you look at the Miami Dolphins, right? They are right now. They are 3-0. They're clicking on all cylinders, but they got a true test on Thursday. When the Buffalo Bills match up with them, they're going to get smacked in the mouth. So you can call that a choke job if they lose, right? I'm just saying. James says, because without 2 shutdown corners, your lack of rush defense gets exposed. What? The Dallas Cowboys have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys have the best front 7 in the NFL. Better than the Philadelphia Eagles. Better than your San Francisco 49ers. The Dallas Cowboys have the best front 7. Lack of pass rush. Get out of here with that. A Trey Lance goal line run play. Double tied in. Run on Bosa's side into the end zone. Middle finger to the Niners. Dallas wrote the book. Ask Jerry Jones. Sorry, my bad. My bad. The Bills and Dolphins play on Sunday. My bad. Correct. Moving on. Let's talk about the LA Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers did get the first win of the season last night over the Minnesota Vikings, a 28-24 win. With a critical 4th down play, they were up by 4. Brandon Staley says, hold my beer, we're going for it on 4th down, and somehow, some way they got it, by golly. And they ended up running out the clock and winning that game, right? Unfortunately, Mike Williams is going to be out for the rest of the season with an apparent knee injury, or expected to be out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. But way or no way should the Los Angeles Chargers fire Brandon Staley after this weekend. Guys, Stanley is arguably the reason why the Chargers are failing as a team right now. Keenan Allen last season when he was injured publicly called out Stanley on fourth down play calls over and over and over again. The simple fact of the matter is he is not a very good coach. And then you want to bring in Kellen Moore that's supposed to revolutionize the offense, right? Get out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that. Guys, if the Los Angeles Chargers had a different coach, anybody in the NFL, hell, put Josh McDaniels over there, Mr. 5-23 himself. Put Eberflus over there, the man that's lost 13 straight games. Put Jonathan Gannon over there, the man that's played one NFL game. Yes, he is a rookie, but whatever. Guys, Stanley is the worst coach of all time. The worst head coach of all time. Worse than Bill O'Brien, worse than Nathaniel Hackett, worse than Josh McDaniels. For whatever reason, the Chargers are happy with being mediocre, and that's what Brandon Stanley brings to them. This is the way. The fourth down call was a terrible call. The fourth down call was the worst call I have seen in all season long. At high school level, to college level, to NFL level, that is the worst play call that I have seen on fourth down in a very, very long time. Lucky for them, the Chargers do have some dogs, and somehow, some way, they pulled it out of their ass and got the first down. I think the Chargers would be singing a hell of a different tune right now if it went the other way. If it went the other way and they didn't get the first down and they lost that game, Brandon Stanley would not even gotten on the plane to come back to L.A. Let's just be honest. He would have not come back to L.A. He would have been out. He needs to be out anyways. I think the Chargers have a bye week come like week 5 or week 6. They better be shaking the bushes and finding somebody. Reach out to Bill Cowher. Reach out to Urban Meyer. Hell, kick my kicker in the face. I don't care. Win me a damn game or two. Hell, Jason Garrett could be a better coach. Mr. Clappy himself. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Fire Brandon Stanley. This is the way. This is the way. David, our resident Charger fan right here, says, I like the call, just not the play. You like the call, David, because you know the outcome. You liked the play call because you knew the outcome. If that play call failed, and they lost that game on a last-second touchdown, you would be singing a different tune. Now, obviously, winning cures all, right? I love it when my team wins. I don't care if it's a bad call or not. I love it when my team wins, right, David? And I applaud you for that. You are happy that the Chargers won. Go Chargers, baby. Bolts up. No. John says, way they should fire him. Get him out of town. David said, no way. And we still want to talk about the Cowboys. Rhino Niner is in the chat. What's up, Rhino? He says the Cowboys offense is suspect. The Cowboys offense has a new play caller that hasn't called plays in like 4 or 5 years. So they will be suspect until they come week 5 when they beat down the Niners. Jim says, no way. I need Stanley in LA so the Raiders can get a win. Oh, man. Same thing with McDouche in Vegas. We're getting ready to talk about McDouche in Vegas. Buck, slow it down, baby, says David. It was a good call. It was just a bad play. Okay. It was a bad play call. Okay. Let's agree that it was a good call. Let's agree that it was a bad play call. You should still be fired. You should still be fired. You are supposed to be some defensive guru, and you're giving up points like the freaking Oprah's out, like just like out there. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. You get a field goal. You want a safety here. You can have that too. Stanley is a terrible coach. He is a terrible coach. Keep going back to the 49ers for some reason here. The 49ers defense has caught more deep passes, 2 interceptions this season from the opponents than their opponents have completions, 0. Okay. So teams are not challenging them deep. Cool. Chargers should beat the Titans last week. They should have, but they didn't. The Chargers should have also beaten the Miami Dolphins come week 1, but they didn't. Football IQ, bad coaching. Kellen Moore. The OC? Yeah. No, he's not going to be a very good coach. Kellen Moore's a terrible coach too. Get him out of town. Get him out of town. Speaking of getting out of town, the Las Vegas Raiders. Pittsburgh Steelers went into Las Vegas. Allegiant Stadium opening game of the season. Lil Wayne was performing at halftime. It was just a smoky atmosphere come the second quarter, and bada bing, bada boom, the Raiders forgot football IQ. They forgot to understand that you can score 8 points and a touchdown, with a 2-point conversion. But they were down by 8 points with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Josh McDaniels, in his post-game interview, says, "Why did you kick a field goal when you were down by 8?" And he says, "You still needed another possession anyways." Way or no way is Josh McDaniels the worst head coach of all time. We've had a theme here, guys, on today's show. We've had a theme. It's called football IQ. Josh McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator. He is a great offensive coordinator. But when it's time to start making decisions, making those big boy decisions, putting on those pants, he shits the bed. He shits the bed. You were down by 8 points. You were obviously in field goal range. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. And you want to go for a field goal. Saying that you need another possession anyways. Guys, how many points are at a touchdown? How many points are in a touchdown? 6? Oh yeah. And a 2-point conversion, 2-point conversion is how many points? 2. So therefore, 6 plus 2 equals 8. And you were down by 8 points. And to say that you need 2 conversion, guys, Josh McDaniels is the worst head coach of all time. This is a way. He is the worst head coach of all time. He is 18 and 20 and 29 as a head coach. 6 of those wins come back from last season. You had the rushing leader in Josh Jacobs last season, and he had -2 yards for 9 carries versus the Buffalo Bills. Not only are you not putting good game plans together, you are not putting best effort out there. You don't even know basic football IQ. When you expect your players to understand what to do, doesn't the coach know what to do? You have a play sheet that's this freaking big, this freaking like color-coded. You have a guy in your ear saying, "Hey, 30 seconds, 20 seconds." Know your situations. Go for a freaking touchdown. Even if it was a 2-possession game. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say it was a 2-possession game. You were down by 9 points. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Do you go for a field goal then? No, you don't. You go for a touchdown. You get the ball in the end zone. It is a lot harder to score a touchdown than it is a field goal. Josh McDaniels is the worst coach of all time. This is 100% way. No question about it. And you went for it in the red zone and didn't take the points. Never take the points. Touchdown or bust, baby. All right, guys, let's jump into some Monday Night Football action. We have 2 games again happening on Monday night. We have the Rams versus the Bengals, and then we have the Eagles versus the Bucks. These are two games that are very polarizing in two figures. We have 2-0 teams matching up, battling for possibly that second place seed in the NFC moving forward. And then we got two teams that are kind of like, oh, this was not where I was expecting them to be. We were not expecting the Rams to be a competitive team. We were not expecting the Bengals to be 0-2. So, with that being said, guys, let's give you guys ways of how each team can win respective games moving forward. First game up is we do have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, both 2-0 teams. I'm going to give you guys three ways of how the Philadelphia Eagles can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. It's going to be a tall task for them, but they have to take away the short passing game of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been pretty damn good at nickel and diming you down the field and then getting Mike Evans open up all over the top once your safeties come down and crowd the box. They need to take away that short passing game. Force Baker Mayfield to throw the ball long. That's when Baker Mayfield starts to struggle, is when he starts throwing the ball long repetitively over and over and over. Take away that short passing game, get him out of his rhythm real quick. Baker Mayfield is 47 for 68 for 490 yards and 3 touchdowns so far in this young NFL season. So obviously they're going to want to pass the ball a little bit. Number 2, use and abuse DeAndre Swift. Use and abuse him. Week number 1, Swift had 1 carry for 3 yards. 1 carry for 3 yards. You did not look that great versus the New England Patriots. Next week, you said, hold my beer. Swift, you're going to run the ball. 28 touches for 175 yards. They need to do that. Let Swift eat. You gave him all that money. You said, Miles Sanders, we don't need you. Go to Carolina. We'll bring in Swift here. Yes, he has injury problems. Yes, he has never proven himself in the NFL. But we're going to give Swift a shot. Let him eat. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles need to score first. They need to score first. When the Eagles have scored first, their last 16 games, they are undefeated. Undefeated in their last 16 games when they score first. Score first. That's all you need to do. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Now, on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side of the ball, 3 ways that the Bucs can win this game is number 1, take away A.J. Brown. We saw it last week. A.J. Brown is frustrated with the Philadelphia Eagles offense right now. They were up 17 points, and he only had 4 targets for 3 catches, and he was upset. He was yelling at Jalen Hurts on the sideline and said, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. If you take him away, double team him, make it so Jalen Hurts cannot throw him the ball at all, you are going to see them self-implode on the sideline. It's going to be magic to watch. Tampa Bay Buccaneers take away A.J. Brown. Number 2, create a powerful running game. I believe it was James brought it up earlier. Maybe it was John. He asked, should the Buccaneers trade for JT for like a Chris Godwin or something? No, they should not. They have 3 running backs back there that can definitely share the workload. Rachaad White, Sean Tucker, and Keyshawn Vaughn. Use them all. Use them and abuse them all. Right? One of them is not going to really have an outstanding game, have a 150-yard game. That's not going to happen. But collectively, 150 from three backs, and they're always fresh. Ooh, baby. Give me that money. Give me that money. Give me the money. Bye. And the third way that the Buccaneers can win is win the time of possession. I want you to have nice, long, sustained drives. I want you to keep the Eagles' offense off the field. Win the time of possession. It is a 65 to 35 type of time of possession. The Buccaneers are going to win this game. As the Eagles do have a deep threat, right? If you're already taking away A.J. Brown, making him frustrated, making him pissed off, and then you win the time of possession, Bucs are going to win this game. And that is exactly and that's who I do have winning tonight's game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, guys. Who do you have tonight versus the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I had the Bucs winning by 6 tonight in the upset victory. Let's jump back over here to the comments here. We got some questions, got some comments here. Jameson says Madden predicted Bucs would go to the Super Bowl. Listen, it is not a shock to me that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could make some noise in the playoffs. They have a fairly weak schedule, right? Their schedule is not overpowering by any stretch of the imagination, and confidence is key when going into the playoffs. Right now, you can have a 49ers team and you can have a Texans team, right? Say they both make the playoffs. But the 49ers are just, they're not really confident in themselves. Like, they're not playing really good football. But the Houston Texans are clicking on all cylinders. C.J. Stroud is doing his thing. That defense is locked down. And they match each other and they play each other. The confident team is going to come out on like on top. So confidence is very, very key in the NFL, and just clicking at the right time. That's why NFL is so great. Any given Sunday, it would not surprise me if the Bucs did make the Super Bowl, but I'm not putting money on it whatsoever. John says, pressure Baker, force him in to make bad choices. No penalties, convert third downs. That is very, very true. The Eagles are one of the worst teams of converting third downs. They are 20th in the NFL, just under 40% on third down conversion. So wrap your head around that. Not very good. This is a question that needs to be asked for Titans fans out there. If I was Mike Bravel, at what point do you sit Ryan Tannehill? Listen, I have been a Ryan Tannehill supporter for a very, very long time. I've always thought Ryan Tannehill can kind of be a top 10 quarterback. He is kind of getting the Derek Carr treatment that the Raiders were giving him, right? Always drafting the next guy up, always entertaining trade ideas, always doing this, right? Yes, they did lose to the Saints, 16-15. Ryan Tannehill played like dog shit that game. Yes, they did beat the Chargers last-second field goal, right? Chargers kind of gave that game away. They did get beat down by the Browns. So at what point would I sit Ryan Tannehill? If you look at the next 3 games for the Tennessee Titans, they play the Bengals, Colts, Ravens, Falcons. If you do not win any of those games, or you go 1-3, or lose three in a row to the Bengals, Colts, and Ravens, at that point, once I get back from Germany or London, wherever they're playing, like when they play the Ravens, you're going to have a nice long talk with Ryan Tannehill on the flight saying, hey, it's Will Levis time in Tennessee. So if they lose the next 3 games, no, I mean, losing is kind of like a bad term. If Ryan Tannehill plays bad the way he did week 1 and the way he did last night, then you sit him. On the flight back from London, from overseas, you have a nice long talk with him saying, hey, it's not you, it's me. My play calling isn't matching your ability, but I think Will Levis will do it. So if it does happen, it will be after the London game. And then they go at home versus the Falcons. So I gave him 3 weeks. 3 weeks. A.J. Brown is a diva. Facts, Jameson. Facts. Do you think this is why maybe the Tennessee Titans traded him? Because he is a diva? I mean, obviously winning cures all, right? Going to the NFC Championship game his first year with the Philadelphia Eagles is great. But now when you have a little adversity, you're not quite getting the ball, you aren't the guy anymore, true things come out. Take away, contain, hurt, stop on third down. Those are the keys to the victory. It says takeaways, contain, hurts, and stops on third down. I like it. Jameson says he needs to be the team. He need to be on a team where he's the clear number 1 option. Listen, I don't think any successful team has that clear number one option anymore. When you look at the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Obviously, you don't know. Tyreek Hill is the number one option, but Jalen Waddle is right there. And they're both okay if they both eat, right? Hey, Waddle, you eat 1 week, I will eat the next, right? Kansas City Chiefs, not a clear number one receiver. Best team in the AFC. 49ers, you can say Debo is the number one receiver, but he is okay if Brandon Ayuk eats. He's okay if George Kittle eats. Like, it just, there is, like, you know, they need to have a yin to the yang when it comes down to Tannehill should be bitch now. Oh, moving on. Let's move on to the last game of Monday Night Football here of the Week 3 NFL season. And this game is kind of intriguing. You had the Rams versus the Bengals. Nobody really expected the Rams to be where they're at right now, right? They are 1-1. They beat down the Seahawks week 1. They hung with the San Francisco 49ers week 2. They did lose that game by 10, but here are 3 ways that the Rams can beat the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. Number 1 is they have to understand that Joe Burrow is hurt. Joe Burrow cannot throw the ball down the field. He is passing the ball 55%. 55% completion rate if it's above 15 yards and beyond, 30%. Force the ball deep. Make Joe Burrow beat you deep. Simple as that. Take away the running game. Take away the short passing game. Give Jamar Chase open down the field. Get Higgins down the field. Let them beat you deep. Force Joe Burrow to throw the ball deep. Number 2, don't get cute. What do you mean by that, Buck? I mean, play in front of the chains. Don't do no special reverses crap. Don't do no flea flicker plays. Don't do things that you have not been doing the first 2 weeks. Don't get cute. Understand that your 5th round wide receiver is eating. Get him the ball. Run the ball. Don't be cute. Go back to fundamental basic football. Pound the ball. Nickel and dime it down the field. Don't get cute. Number 3, show me that you don't need Cam Akers. Yes, Cam Akers did only have 29 yards week 1, did not play week 2. But now that Ron Williams is the true number 1 guy, show us that you made the choice. Show us why you made that choice. Let Williams eat. Let Williams get 20 carries tonight. Let him get $150 on the ground. Fantasy reasons. But let him eat. Tell me why you do not need Cam Akers. Tell me why that trade was such a good trade for a 7th round draft pick. Sheesh. Wrap that around your head. 2nd round pick and you get a 7th round pick in return. Whew, slow it down, baby. Now, 3 ways that the Cincinnati Bengals can win tonight. Play in front of the chains. Win on first down. I do not want to see 1st and 10. I do not want to see first and 9. First down, you need to minimum average 4 yards a play. On first down, you need to average 4 yards a play. So Joe Burrow doesn't have to force the ball down the field. So you don't have to worry about running a screen pass and let him scramble and possibly get hit. Win on first down. The Cincinnati Bengals need to win on first down tonight over and over and over. Number 2, let Joe Burrow get into a rhythm. Throw some screen passes. Throw some nickel and dimes down the field. Joe Burrow is a completion rate of 55% right now, the worst of his career so far, even his rookie year. He is bad right now. Let him get into a rhythm. Let him get comfortable. Let the Rams defense start to like realize, oh, Joe Burrow is okay, even though he's not. Like, maybe he is okay. Number 3, keep the defense fresh. What do I mean by that? That means I want offense to sustain long drives. I want to see 11, 12, 13 play drives over and over and over again. Also, caveat, you need to win on third downs. You need to win on third downs. Because when you win on third downs, you keep that offense off of the field over and over and over. They are the worst at third down conversions right now, and the Rams are the best. 3 ways the Bengals can win tonight. So Rams versus Bengals, guys, who do you got? I am picking the Bengals at home tonight. Jameson says, if Burrow is out, the Bengals lose. He is a game-time decision. And I was actually going to talk about that, but I totally skipped over that subject. But I think if Burrow is not 100%, they need to put him on IR right now. They need to sit him for 4 weeks. You can afford a loss versus the Rams, and then you play a crappy Titans team moving forward, and then the Cardinals, and then the Seahawks. Those would be the 4 weeks that he is out, and then he could be fresh 100% versus the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, Burrow just needs to get healthy. John says Rams 38, Bengals 10. No way, Jose. Bengals win this game. Bengals win this game. Quarterback Joe Burrow is going through a workout this morning. I'm told there's optimism that he will play, and his status for tonight is trending in the right direction per sources. Burrow is campaigning with the coaching staff and trainers to play. However, hiatus is still uncertain. Oh, his status is still uncertain. Listen, if Joe Burrow is not 100%, you clearly can tell he's not 100% right now, and the Bengals are bad. Yes, a loss to the Rams does suck, but it does not affect your AFC standings in the end. Get him healthy so they can beat, yes, a crappy Titans team. A crappy Titans team. But, guys, that is going to be it for today's show, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Man Hour NFL Talk. We'll upload the clips throughout the day. We got blogs coming. We got some more posts, and pick'ems are coming out here in roughly about 30 minutes or so, guys. So get on the Facebook page. Pick your games for tonight. We have the Eagles versus Bucks, Rams versus Bengals. Pick who you got over there. But as always, guys, see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. East Coast time. Same time, same place. We out. Have a great Monday night.